So, with Season 11, we got a huge melee rework. This has greatly changed how all melee weapons work by adding a precision and stamina system. This change is intended to make all melee weapons have more skill expression, discourage spamming, and be overall more viable. I've gone through and used every melee weapon and will give you a guide on how to effectively play melee now in Season 11. When it comes to the precision system, it's straightforward. It adds a precision angle which awards good aim with precision strikes, so more damage, and punishes inaccuracy with glancing blows, less damage. This also means that melee aim assist is stronger now, since it makes it much harder not to get a precision strike. However, this can be a double-edged sword, since it sort of locks you into combat, making it harder to flee quickly. I personally like to keep melee aim assist on, but it just comes down to your preference. Now, for the stamina system, we have a bar on the screen, and it turns yellow when it's full. When it's full, you can perform a lunge within a certain range of an enemy, depending on your melee weapon. This bar also influences some other things, like some of the other melee weapons' alternate attacks, like a sword lunge or a spear spin. It also influences if you kick or not when doing a quick melee. Now, if you've played with this season's melee, the lunge can feel sometimes clunky or sometimes very strong. To feel more consistent, you need to watch out for when the arrows turn yellow, since that means you can perform a lunge. If you just constantly spam your attacks, it's not going to be as effective, as you will probably fail at the lunge. Some weapons, like sword and dual blades, actually punish you for lunge spamming, by making it so if your stamina bar is not full, your next lunge will be significantly weaker. On top of that, a lunge cannot be performed mid-air like jumping, you can't do it while sliding, and when you're not moving. The only exception here is the sword's secondary attack lunge can be done standing still. So if you're jumping around and sliding, you're actually sabotaging yourself since you can't lunge. So just make sure to attack when the arrows become yellow and you are either sprinting, running, or even crouch walking. If you land a successful hit as well, and it's a precision strike, it will fill up your stamina bar so you can keep lunging, so it rewards good aim and accuracy. Now, as you might know, the lunge system can be very clunky, since you sometimes lunge past people, especially with the dual blade special attack. My best recommendation I have to combat this is to try not to spam attack. If you just keep swinging your weapon, you probably won't be in the best position or lunge angle, and you might miss. So make sure you can land a successful lunge attack and learn the range of your lunge on your specific melee weapon. This will help you out a lot. Another thing to take into consideration is that not all melee weapons are the same. Of course, they have different damage, attack speeds, and abilities. However, some might not know is that they have different hitbox ranges, lunge distances, lunge target angles, precision zone angles, and stamina regeneration. So, for whatever melee weapon you're trying to use or master, you might need to consider these. Along with that, if you are learning a certain melee weapon, try to learn its fastest kill combos. For example, a good kill combo on Sledgehammer against lights is to winch, primary attack, and then quick melee, while dagger versus a heavy is a backstab and a quick melee. Learning how your specific melee weapon handles and how to effectively use it against each class will help you improve greatly. Besides what I mentioned before about melee aim assist, it can also help to change other settings. For example, I think it can help a lot to change your melee crosshair. This helps my accuracy when using the winch, grapple, or reflecting bullets with dual blades. You can also change the precision zone angle marker, length, and opacity, when your stamina indicator appears, and your melee lunge's FOV and indicator. If you truly want to master melee, I recommend also changing your sensitivity to be a little faster than normal so you can turn quicker in close quarters, especially when it comes to dagger and getting backstabs. Last, and it's pretty obvious, is that you should make your loadout around your melee weapon. For example, choosing something like lockbolt and winch are great for melee, so try to test out what works best for you and your melee weapon, and the main thing is that if it works and you're enjoying it, then that's the best. For instance, I use grapple for light melee, mostly since I'm used to it, and after the dash nerf, dash is not as strong as it was before. However, that doesn't mean it's bad and you can't have fun with it when you're using it with melee. Whatever works for you is best. Your teammates' loadouts can also help. If they're playing ranged weapons and won't stick with you as much, it's going to be much harder for you. So if you can, try to make sure to coordinate and always play with your team. After watching this video, if you're trying to master a specific melee weapon, I recommend trying to find an updated guide on that specific melee weapon. On top of that, it would be even better to check out some creators who specialize in certain melee. Some examples are Kelpshook for Sledgehammer, Helio for Sword, and KO Whale for Dagger. I highly recommend checking them out, they are insanely good players. Links to them in the description. So, if you actively use these tips I've given you and practice with melee, you'll become much better. Honestly, I have really enjoyed the new melee rework, and it makes a lot of them more viable. It has much more skill expression, and it is a great overall change. I definitely do feel like some tweaks, maybe to the lunge system to make it feel a little smoother, or possibly changes to damage or abilities to some of the melee weapons would help them a bit more, especially medium's melee weapons. But overall, this is a great step in the right direction. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you could become even better with melee weapons now, and don't forget to check out some of those other content creators. Good luck, contestant. See you in the finals.